Okay, here's the motor, the engine I mean. This is where I think I'm going to try and put the emissions box. If not, I'll put it over here. Those wires are for one of my mobile radios. I'll take those out. I just clipped them onto the battery and plugged it in on the inside. Still has a radiator fan shroud, which is uncommon. These things usually breaking or gone. Has a K&N with a uni and a felt underneath it, so it gets good air filtration. It can last a long time in the dusty situations. This is all the stock 3.4 with a plug in it. This is just a moisture plug that they don't need. It's got the new slave cylinders for the clutch. The brakes have been bled. It's got an Optima battery that's about 4 years old. That is the the Tacoma alternator, and it has a 2-inch body lift on it. This is the water temperature sensor gauge that I was using before I had the dash all wired up correctly, so I'll remove that too. And as you can see, this throttle body, and before I did when I put it in, they didn't tell me I was supposed to put a lift on it, and it did this, kind of rubbed on the hood right there in 2 spots. Didn't hurt the hood at all. It doesn't have a dent in it, and it didn't hurt the motor. I just didn't notice it until I was kind of like, what is that? But that's what happened. The motor would rock up into the hood and rub on it a little bit. But now that's fixed. That doesn't have any problem. Okay, I'm going to start it. You can hear it. Use the clutch cancel, neutral, volts, fuel, idle, oil pressure, temperature sensor. You can see it's got good of everything. So go out with the motor. Everything works great. The belts probably need to be changed within the next 5 or 10,000 miles. They're starting to squeak a little bit. You can hear them. Mostly just after it rains and they get a little bit wet. There's the exhaust. You can hear that. And yeah, so here's a tour of the interior. Passenger seat, it's got a little bit of stains right there, you can see. Nothing so much up here. It's really not a lot of wear. That's the brown kick plate that it didn't come with one, and I can't find a gray one. I was gonna paint it gray, but never got around to it. There's the stereo. I'll remove that. There is no bezel. This is just a cheap $20 water temperature sensor. It's nothing special. Stereo works fine. Got some 6s in the back. There is no faceplate. I don't have one of those. But all the gauges work. Air conditioning works. You can see the light comes on. Engine idled down a little bit. All this stuff works. Here's where the shifter and the 4-wheel drive and the little tray. It's kind of worn. That's where I put my coffee every morning. Here's the center console. It lifts. It does not have a latch anymore. That is broken. You can probably find one in a junkyard somewhere or make one. A little change holder. The guy before me drilled a hole for a switch for the rear window to go up and down. This does not work, but the windshield wiper in the rear does, and so do the windows lock. The seat controls, they all work. In the back, that's my dog's leash. Carpet is pretty good, you know, a couple little stains here and there. Back seats are flawless, there's no stains or anything. Everything works good. The sunroof works fine, goes up, goes down, locks, does not leak. Visors, the lights for the center, they work. So does the back. It's just in the off position right now. Side doors lights work. You can see there's one right there. Door panel obviously is worn a little bit more. Where you put your arm, more people have done that. The driver's seat it's clean. It's just stained a little bit. The guy before me would always hold his coffee right there, he said, and spill coffee. Got 2 little holes. Not sure, they're just wear holes. I was gonna have it all reupholstered, but I don't want to put any more money into it. It's kind of at a top price. I can't get any more unless I go full on and paint it and do everything that it should, and then it's worth, you know, $9. So, oh, the dash does have that one crack. That's it. Other than that, the dash is in great shape. Those 3 holes were there before I got it. So, yeah. All right.